Hey Spoimoviealers. The menu. Comedy horror thriller movie. That's what we're going to look at today. Margot Mills and her date Tyler sail to Hawthorne, an exclusive restaurant owned and operated by celebrity chef Julian Slowik, located on a private island. Other guests at dinner were Lillian, the food critic, his editor Ted, wealthy couple Richard and Anne, George, a movie star, and his personal assistant Felicity, and business partners Soren, Dave and Bryce, as well as Julian's alcoholic mother. The group goes on a tour of the island by the restaurant's head waiter, Elsa, who notes that Margot is not Tyler's designated guest. For the evening, dinner begins and Julian presents a series of dishes, providing increasingly unsettling monologues about each meal. As night falls, secrets about each guest, from business to money laundering, are gradually revealed in dialogue that satirizes class divisions, climate change, the patriarchy that stands in the way of women's success, and creating unreasonable expectations for men, and capitalist exploitation, often fueled by Julian and staff's intro and meals. During the fourth serving, a sous chef committed suicide in front of the guests and another employee cut off Richard's ring finger as he tried to escape. After the fourth course, the restaurant's main investor and Soren, Dave and Bryce's boss, were engulfed in Diner's vision. At various times during the night, Julian allows guests to try to escape, but is caught and returned by staff. Julian claimed that all the guests were chosen either because they had contributed to his loss of passion for the trade, or because they lived off the exploitation of artisans' labor. Workers like him and his group. He announced that all present would die by the end of the night. Since Margot's presence was unplanned, Julian gave her the choice of dying with staff or with guests privately. When Margot hesitated, Julian decided to take her place, claiming that he knew her upper-class clients among his colleagues in the service industry. It is revealed that Margot is an escort named Erin, who was once employed by Richard, which explains that they have been staring at each other all night, and whom Tyler has hired for the evening. Julian reveals that Tyler was invited in person and knew full well that the dinner would end with everyone dying, so he invited Margot despite knowing full well that she was going to die. Julian further humiliated Tyler by forcing him to cook and insulting his food, causing Tyler to commit suicide in the cellar. Julian asks Margot to get a crate needed for dessert. Margot sneaks into Julian's house, only to be attacked by Elsa. Margot kills Elsa in self-defense by stabbing her in the neck. After seeing newspaper clippings of Julian's past life in her office, Margot finds a radio, calls for help, and returns to the restaurant with the crate. A Coast Guard officer arrives from his boat, then reveals himself to be a chef in disguise and returns to the gallery. Margot is not interested in Julian's dishes and complains that she is still hungry. When Julian asked her what she wanted to eat, Margot asked for a cheeseburger and fries, because she had previously seen a photo of a happier, younger Julian working at a fast food restaurant. Touched by her simple request, he prepared a meal according to her request. Margot takes a bite and compliments her dish, then asks if she can take it. No, Julian packed her food. He and the staff let her leave. Margot sails a Coast Guard boat moored nearby and escapes the island. Dessert is an elevated plate of s'mores. Staff spread the floor with graham crackers and adorn guests with marshmallows and chocolate hats. Julian then sets the restaurant on fire, exploding barrels, and killing the guests, staff, and himself as Margot watches from the boat and unpacks her takeout cheeseburger. The end.